How can marketing contribute to the success of a business? I'm going to tell you 4 specific ways. As entrepreneurs and business owners, we know that if we have a clear plan, anything becomes possible. And if you can have a clear plan, a clear process to create that plan, and a way to create clarity with your partner or spouse, you can drive to amazing heights. All right, so I started my first of 16 companies when I was 19. Built, bought, sold, wrecked a couple. I can tell you that without a doubt, marketing has been my biggest enigma. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in some cases it wasn't necessarily even very effective. Unfortunately, in a lot of those cases. However, we get into the difference between biz dev and marketing and all those components. But for this, we're specifically going to talk about the benefits of marketing, how it is that they contribute to the success of a small business. So obviously, the first one that everybody hopes for is that it'll contribute to more dollars. We're looking for more customers. As a result, that drives more dollars. That'll increase the market share, allow us to expand. The dollars is probably the easiest metric to track, and it's the no-brainer, low-hanging fruit that's pretty obvious. But the next one is that when you do marketing well, and you do a very healthy series of testing, A/B testing, try this tagline, try that tagline. Try this call to action, try that call to action. Go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What it's going to do is it's going to do 2 things. It's going to help you refine the messaging that you're using, and you can use that in so many areas outside of your marketing. It can help refine the message, and indirectly it's going to define the motivations that help the people decide how they're using it. You're going to be able to get better insights with your customers by just seeing which people are engaging with different types of messaging, as well as what are the motivations you're selling and pushing towards. Now, on the channel here at Aspiring Solopreneur, you can go to our book. We've got a whole course on all this stuff, but you can see we've got other videos on this. But it helps you to define what is the message. What are the outcomes you're driving? How do you message that in a very, very positive way? And then how can you figure out what are the motivations that you're managing and helping drive to? Okay, so the first is the dollars. The second is refining the messaging and the motivations. The third is going to be to start identifying trends. When you do this well and you keep refining it over and over and over, you're going to start to see different trends start to happen. People are going to start losing interest in certain words or certain directions, and they'll gain interest in a different. They may lose, if it's a product, they may lose interest in a certain color, and it'll start shifting to a different color. Whatever those pieces are. If you are tracking your marketing well, and you're investing the time and energy that you should be with it, it's going to allow you to start looking further downfield and smoke out what are the trends that are happening here, and how can we then start to capitalize on it. Now, the last thing is, once you have this, it's going to help you then also create new markets. If you start understanding that somebody's got a different motivation than what you'd anticipated, or different messaging is landing, it's going to empower you to go back and review the avatar, the people that you're targeting, and say, is there anybody else out there that we could be looking at? Is there a way that we could be trying this in a different way? Who else could be valuing from this? What are their motivations, and how can we move this in different ways in other areas? So one, and I don't know this for a fact, but I think it's fascinating. I happen to have this. I ride motorcycles. But there's a device that was originally started for the equestrian world. And it's a vest. It's an inflatable vest that has a CO2 cartridge that you hook to the saddle. And if you get thrown from that saddle, well, it deploys an airbag that immobilizes your neck, and it allows you to roll with it. So it has a lot of increased safety. I thought that was interesting. But what was fascinating is they ended up shifting that over, the same technology, for people on motorcycles, so that you actually have an airbag for your motorcycle. And I don't get anything from Hit Air, but I thought this was fascinating. To me, this created a whole separate market, because equestrian and motorcycles, very, very different target markets, probably different language, different messaging, but the key motivations were the same. People wanted to be safe, and sometimes people get thrown and it can be dangerous. So if you think about this, how can you apply these same types of tactics with the marketing so that not only are you driving dollars, but you're refining the messages and the motivations. You're identifying the trends and then potentially even creating new markets. So ideally, you found some value with this. Hope so. Please subscribe to the channel. Check us out. If you have questions, you're always welcome to go to Aspiring Solopreneur. Check out our courses. And again, thank you very much for investing the time. Keep smiling.